chaired the coordination meeting of the APA held in Turkey. The speaker affirmed that the Middle East is witnessing a serious escalation amid current challenges driven by Iranian attacks targeting the GCC member states and Jordan. He underscored that these actions constitute a flagrant violation of national sovereignty and a clear breach of international law and international humanitarian law, posing a direct threat to both regional and global security. Al-Msallam further noted that Iran's closure of the Strait of Hormuz to international navigation has inflicted severe repercussions on energy security, global trade and food supply chains, and the wider global economy. The speaker said that the current phase requires the APA to assume its responsibilities and intensify coordinated parliamentary action to safeguard the security and stability of the region and its peoples. He expressed his aspiration for the Assembly's support of an emergency item to be submitted to the IPU condemning the unlawful Iranian attacks targeting the territories of GCC member states and Jordan. The Speaker of the Council of Representatives and Chairman of the Executive Committee of the Parliamentary Division, Ahmed Lemsallam, met First Deputy Speaker of the Ukrainian Parliament, Oleksandr Onyenko. The Speaker underlined the importance of continued parliamentary communication and coordination between Bahrain and Ukraine and of further strengthening the existing ties and friendly relations between the two countries. He noted that Bahrain and the GCC states are suffering from unacceptable, condemned and rejected Iranian violations and attacks, and reviewed the main elements of the urgent item submitted by Bahrain and the UAE regarding the condemnation, rejection and denunciation of the blatant Iranian attacks that targeted Bahrain, the GCC states and Jordan. The First Deputy Speaker of the Ukrainian Parliament expressed hope that security and stability will prevail in the region and that the world will come to an end, affirming Ukraine's keenness to enhance relations between Ukraine and Bahrain. The Speaker of the Council of Representatives and Chairman of the Executive Committee of the Parliamentary Division, Ahmed Lemsallam, met a parliamentary delegation from Germany headed by member of the Foreign Affairs Committee and member of the Parliamentary Group of Relations with the Middle East and North Africa in German Federal Parliament, Alexander Radwan. During the meeting, the Speaker reiterated condemnation and rejection of the Iranian attacks targeting the Kingdom of Bahrain, the GCC countries and Jordan. He noted that Bahrain and the UAE submitted an emergency item to the General Assembly of the Interparliamentary Union condemning the Iranian attacks based on United Nations Human Rights Council Resolution 38, adopted in response to an initiative submitted by Bahrain on behalf of GCC countries and Jordan, as well as UN Security Council Resolution 2817. On the part, the German parliamentary delegation affirmed keenness to continue bilateral engagement and enhance parliamentary coordination and cooperation in support of shared interests. The Speaker of the Council of Representatives and Chairman of the Executive Committee of the Parliamentary Division, Ahmed Lemsallam, held talks with the Speaker of the Turkish Grand National Assembly, Numan Turkulmuş. The Lemsallam affirmed that the relations and partnership between Bahrain and Turkey are based on shared visions and unified positions to support security, peace and stability and to address crises. The Speaker praised Turkey's stance in condemning the Iranian attacks on GCC countries and noted that Bahrain has been subjected to attacks targeting civilian sites, vital facilities and residential areas. He added that Bahrain has intercepted 96% of the attacks through the Bahrain Defense Force, the National Guard and the Ministry of Interior, reflecting the kingdom's high level of readiness and defense capabilities. Lemsallam also praised the efforts of the Grand National Assembly of Turkey in coordination with the IPU to ensure the success of the 152nd Assembly. Turkulmuş affirmed the importance of strengthening bilateral relations across various domains and enhancing parliamentary coordination and the exchange of legislative expertise to support cooperation between the two countries. He reiterated Turkey's rejection of Iranian attacks on Bahrain and countries in the region and affirmed that they stand with Bahrain in addressing the threats it is facing. The Minister of Interior General Sheikh Rashid bin Abdullah Al Khalifa visited the King Fahd Causeway base to review operational readiness and security efficiency in addressing the repercussions of the Iranian aggression. The minister was received upon arrival by the Chief of Police, Lieutenant General Tariq bin Hassan Al Hassan. The Minister of Interior conveyed to the Coast Guard personnel the greetings and appreciation of His Majesty King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa, the Supreme Commander of the Armed Forces, and His Royal Highness the Crown Prince, Deputy Supreme Commander of the Armed Forces, and Prime Minister Prince Salman bin Hamad Al Khalifa, in recognition of their dedicated efforts in strengthening maritime security and safety and reinforcing measures to protect Bahrain's coasts. The minister commended the leadership of His Majesty amid the exceptional regional circumstances, noting that His Majesty's directives over the past years to build an advanced strategic system have enabled Bahrain to consolidate its standing and enhance its capability to respond efficiently and professionally to such developments. He also highlighted the government work approach led by His Royal Highness, its role in addressing this challenging phase through a comprehensive and forward-looking framework that reinforces national readiness, integrates government efforts, meets needs, and reassures citizens and residents under all circumstances. He praised the coordination between the Coast Guard, the Royal Navy of the Bahrain Defense Force, and the National Guard in strengthening maritime security and safety. The minister affirmed the professionalism of the Coast Guard through its continuous maritime presence in cooperation with relevant entities to enhance maritime safety measures and address challenges related to securing territorial waters while continuing to strengthen strategic capabilities. He underlined the importance of ongoing developments and equipping the Coast Guard with the latest technical and training systems, as well as qualifying personnel through comprehensive and accredited security and academic programs in line with the latest international standards, alongside continued capacity building, procedural review, enhanced coordination, and the development of joint field operations. During the visit, the minister expressed appreciation to the Customs Affairs, the Nationality, Passport and Residence Affairs, the General Directorate of Port Security, and all entities operating at the King Fahd Causeway for their role in securing supply chains, ensuring smooth traffic movement, and delivering services with high professionalism and precision. Foreign Affairs Minister Dr. Abdul Latif Al-Zayani held a meeting at the ministry with Kuwait's Minister of Foreign Affairs, Sheikh Jarrah Jabir Al-Ahmed Al-Sabah, on the occasion of his visit to Bahrain. The two sides discussed the close, long-standing fraternal relations between the two countries and ways to strengthen bilateral cooperation in line with the directives of His Majesty the King and His Highness the Emir of Kuwait. They also reviewed political and diplomatic coordination in regional and international forums, particularly during Bahrain's non-permanent membership of the United Nations Security Council, and recent regional developments, including efforts by the Gulf Cooperation Council to safeguard security, stability, and common interests. The Kuwaiti Foreign Minister also visited Al Madar Center with the Bahraini Foreign Minister, where he was briefed on the center's work in news monitoring and analytical reporting. He expressed appreciation for the balanced and effective role of Bahraini diplomacy and for the important contribution of Al Madar Center, wishing the center continued success. Earlier, Kuwaiti Minister of Foreign Affairs Sheikh Jarrah Jabir Al-Ahmed Al-Sabah arrived in Bahrain accompanied by an official delegation on an official visit to the kingdom. Upon arrival at Bahrain International Airport, he was received by the Minister of Foreign Affairs Dr. Abdul Latif bin Rashid Al-Zayani, the Director General of Bilateral Relations at the Ministry, Sheikh Abdullah bin Ali Al Khalifa, the Chief of Protocol at the Ministry, Ambassador Salah Mohammed Shihab, Charge d'Affaires of Kuwaiti Embassy in Bahrain, Yusuf Al-Banwan, Acting Head of the GCC Affairs Sector at the Ministry, Ambassador Nawaf Abdullah Al-Mutawwa, along with a number of officials. The Minister of Foreign Affairs, Dr. Abdul Latif bin Rashid Al-Zayani, received a telephone call from his Japanese counterpart, Toshi Mitsu Motegi. The two ministers reviewed the close friendship ties and strategic partnership between the two countries and explored ways to further advance joint cooperation across various fields in support of mutual interest. They also exchanged views on regional developments, including the hostile Iranian attacks on Bahrain, GCC and countries of the region, as well as the implications of Iran's closure of the Strait of Hormuz to international navigation on the global economy and energy and food supplies, in addition to international trade. The Speaker of the Council of Representatives and Chairman of the Executive Committee of the Parliamentary Division, Ahmed Lemselem, delegated First Deputy Speaker of the Representatives Council, Abdel-Nabi Salman, to participate in the second meeting of the Group of Parliaments Supporting Palestine held in Istanbul on the sidelines of the 152nd General Assembly of the Inter-Parliamentary Union. In his speech, Salman affirmed that Bahrain's position remains steadfast in its support for the Palestinian cause and in empowering the Palestinian people to secure their legitimate right to establish their own independent and sovereign state in accordance with the two-state solution. He noted that Bahrain, under the leadership of His Majesty the King and with the guidance of His Royal Highness the Crown Prince and Prime Minister, is committed to continuing its pioneering diplomatic approach through its presidency of the United Nations Security Council this month within the framework of its non-permanent membership for the period 2026 to 2027, aimed at consolidating the foundations of regional and international peace and security. He also emphasized the need to condemn the brutal attacks launched by Iran against the GCC states in Jordan and to stress the protection of civilians and civilian infrastructure and the guarantee of freedom of maritime navigation.